The do-it-in-chat era just got aggressively real. It's Thursday, August 6th, 2026, and today's episode of Blue Lightning Daily was assembled end-to-end by automation, which means if we accidentally ask ChatGPT to enhance something, it may enhance our entire personalities. I'm Hunter.
And I'm Riley. And yes, we're still letting the robots drive, but, we're in the passenger seat with the emergency brake and a strong sense of vibes.
All right, headline. Adobe just rolled out an Adobe for ChatGPT connector. The basic promise is you can trigger Adobe-powered actions from inside ChatGPT. Instead of doing the classic creative workout, open app, find file, export, re-upload, rename, regret.
The amount of time I've lost to where did that export go could fund a small nation. So, okay, walk me through it. This isn't Photoshop lives inside ChatGPT, right?
Exactly. Keep it grounded. It's not like every panel and every obscure blend mode just teleported into Chat. It's more like ChatGPT becomes a front door for common tasks across Adobe stuff. You describe what you want, it runs the action, and you keep moving.
So it's like Chat is the command line for creatives, which is hilarious because creatives famously love command lines.
Hey, if the command line speaks English and doesn't yell at you, I'm in. The sweet spot is high-frequency tasks. Think background removal, resizing, quick edits, generating variations, reformatting video for social, and then the unsexy hero of the internet, PDF chores.
Wait, PDFs are the real villain. I have friends who edit video for a living and still get taken out by combine these documents and compress it under the upload limit.
Exactly. And Adobe knows that. Acrobat-style tasks are a super obvious win here. Combine, compress, convert, extract pages. Stuff that's never hard, just repetitive enough to steal your will to live.
Okay, but who wins the most? Because I can already hear agencies being like, great, now we can ship 40 versions before lunch.
It's absolutely strongest for volume teams. Marketing, social, e-commerce, agencies. If your job is make 30 versions, this matters way more than if your job is craft one perfect masterpiece.
So solo creators still benefit, but in a different way. Like if you're posting everywhere, you can just say, make this vertical, now make it square, now make it look less like I filmed it in a cave.
Yeah. And if you're a solo operator, the connector's biggest gift is reducing context switching. Fewer tabs, fewer exports. Less of that mental whiplash where you're in a writing flow and then you have to go hunt for the export button like it's hidden loot.
Hold up, though. If ChatGPT is the front door to Adobe, what breaks first? Creative quality, permissions, or our fragile little sense of identity?
Honestly, permissions and governance is the first real adult-in-the-room issue. Because now a chat thread can trigger real actions on real files. Adobe's positioning is that it's authenticated and respects your account context, like your files and what your plan allows. But on Teams, it's going to come down to admin settings and who is allowed to do what.
Yeah, because intern type delete the background and somehow deleted the brand guidelines is not the kind of lore you want.
Exactly. And even when nothing catastrophic happens, availability will be uneven. Two people can both have the connector and still see different actions depending on plan, region, and workspace settings.
That's very real. Also, I saw some chatter like, people are hyped but also suspicious. Like, is this Adobe being helpful or Adobe trying to stay the main character while creation starts in chat tools?
Both can be true. The bigger signal is Adobe defending the workflow surface. If ideation and coordination happen in ChatGPT, Adobe wants to be there at the start, not just the comeback when you need to polish it stage.
That's actually smart. Slightly villain-coded, but smart. Like, oh, you're starting in chat now? Cute. We'll just move in.
Now, let's zoom out for a second, because this connector thing fits a bigger pattern this week. Everybody is compressing the idea to output loop. We talked recently about Gemini Notebook leaning into that same vibe, right? Keeping research and output in one place, fewer hops.
Yes. The whole ecosystem is like, stop doing the Tab Olympics. And on the video side, we've been watching stuff like Hailuo 3 getting smoother and more controllable, plus that provenance research like SAGA trying to figure out what model made what clip.
Totally. And then OpenAI nudging builders toward more reliable automation through the Responses API. The theme is clear. More workflows driven by natural language, more automation, but also more pressure to track what happened and who approved it.
Which brings us to my favorite question. Authorship. If I type in chat make 10 versions and the connector spits out 10 assets and a PDF and a reformat for shorts, who signed off?
That's the real tension. Chat makes it feel casual, but the outputs are real. Teams need some kind of ritual. Like chat can do first pass, but humans do final pass, especially for brand-critical work.
Yeah, because we cannot outsource taste to autocomplete. Taste is the whole job.
Thank you. This connector is an acceleration layer, not a replacement layer. It will not replace finishing. The last mile still lives in the real tools with real controls. Typography, retouching, motion polish, the stuff that makes it feel like you, not like default template energy.
Okay, but tell me this. What's the real unlock? Fewer tabs or fewer can you make it pop loops?
I think it's both, but the revision loop one is sneakier. If the conversation is the workspace, you can keep context and keep iterating without losing the thread. Like make it pop becomes make it pop, but keep the logo size, keep the brand colors, and give me options that match last week's campaign.
And then you can compare variants right there. That's kind of huge for social teams. But also, it could turn into infinite variants because now it's too easy to ask for just one more option.
Oh, 100%. The risk is you replace friction with endlessness. Sometimes the export button is the only thing stopping you from making a 57th version.
Okay, quick lightning round, but like conversational. Funniest AI confidently wrong moment you've had lately?
I asked for a subtle background cleanup on a product shot and it removed the product. Like, problem solved.
That's so on brand for AI. Mine was a caption rewrite that turned a chill promo into a breakup text. It was like, we need to talk about our new pricing.
That's the lesson, right? AI is overconfident by default. So with connectors, the everyone laughed, then legal walked in threshold gets real fast. If chat can trigger actions, you need guardrails and a review step.
So what do we tell creators listening? Like, what's the move this week?
If you already live in Adobe and you already live in ChatGPT, test this for the boring stuff first. Background removal, resizing, social crops, PDFs. Use it to save your brain, not to replace your eye.
And for teams, please, for the love of clean handoffs, decide who gets to run what actions. Because nothing says creative ops meltdown like mystery edits coming from a chat thread called Final Vibes.
All right, that's the vibe. Thanks for hanging with us on Blue Lightning Daily, the podcast that is, once again, fully assembled by a stack of AI tools that occasionally act like a tired intern with a PhD.
Brilliant, fast, and sometimes unhinged. Just like us.
Go check out bluelightningtv.com for AI news and updates, and make sure you subscribe.
And if your connector ever subtly cleans up your entire project, just remember, the robot was trying its best. Catch you next time.